everybody, and welcome to another video. And this video is all about avoiding accidentally buying replica Lolita pieces, or OG pieces I guess in that sense. I often say in my videos, it's so much cheaper to go buy secondhand, but I will say that buying secondhand often does open you up to unintentionally getting a replica. Essentially, this video kind of collates a series of stories of my experiences and a few friends' experiences with unintentionally getting replica pieces, and how you guys can hopefully avoid getting replicas unintentionally. So the first point I like to make in unintentionally getting replicas is getting pieces from sellers that will not declare that it's a replica. This often happens, I see, on Facebook groups, even pop-up shops where maybe you have a seller who doesn't even know that they're reselling like replica dresses. I guess Mercari, Depop sites, yeah, often you will get sellers that will just simply not say that it's a replica. I find this is harder for newer members who aren't usually aware of like the big name prints that are often replicated. This also has applied to some more seasoned leaders I knew who were kind of changing sub-styles and they weren't aware of the bigger pieces in kind of the different sub-styles to avoid. This is a real shame because I find this could be easily mitigated where if you jump on like Facebook groups such as what is this Lolita dress, or even like you'll come and just kind of asking like what do you think of this dress, this can kind of help mitigate, kind of getting pieces that are replicas and not declared. I can give actually a specific story that kind of upsets me, was that one of the newer members had asked me like what they thought of a dress, and it was clearly a Sugary Carnival replica. I remember specifically the seller actually writing the description, price reflects authenticity, and I can see how like a newer member, that little phrase popped in there could totally fly over their head and they might not realize that one Sugary Carnival is a thing and that there's replicas. So just something to watch out, why I think it's important that if you're a newer member, or at least like, jumping sub-styles, to maybe ask if you think a piece is a bit fishy. The other thing I've seen people get caught up in is buying from Taobao. I know there's a big thing, a big push right now where people are saying, buy from Taobao, it's like really cheap, it's really good. But once again, you get a lot of newer members coming in and they're not aware of, pieces that are replicas floating around because they're not familiar with the prints. I've also seen on Taobao a few replicas of like lesser known pieces, whether it's Taobao, like replicas of other Taobao brands or like indie brands like Hanuli that aren't so well known. And it's something else I'd like to point out where it's good to be able to have, like message video call with other people, and if you're unsure, maybe even in one of this Lolita dress Facebook page, to check what items you are getting to avoid getting a replica. I figured this point also kind of flows into my next story where you'll get people basically getting a piece, not realizing it's a replica, and then selling it on to someone else that, ends up getting this replica piece, and then they kind of find out later on. I had this happen where I bought a Angelic Pretty bag, and whether it's true or not, the previous seller had told me that they were told that the piece was genuine when they bought it. I know another story where like someone buys a piece and just doesn't know. So whether it's kind of the previous person being untruthful or not knowing, that's another way where if the price is too good to be true, it's often good to do your homework, or in general, just to do some cross-checks for authenticity on the piece. I might even bring this to another story that I had recently in my com, where someone was selling on the Facebook group a Blessed Michael dress. Now, because I've been chasing it for a while, I was well aware of really, really good replicas of this dress floating around. Like, they replicated the charms and the colours are on point. They look really good. Basically, the Facebook seller had said, PM me for more details and for pricing. So I ended up messaging them, and later down the line, they kind of pop in this line saying, oh, like there's no tag on it. For any members on here, I find a good way of checking if an item is indeed genuine is always asking for the tags. if the original brand tag is not on there, I know with the bigger brands like Baby Touch and Bright, they'll often have like a care wash tag that also has their brand name on them, and you can ask for that as well. Unfortunately, this particular seller on Facebook did not have that extra tag, and surprise, surprise, they quickly deleted all their listings and disappeared. So I think what was kind of disgusting about that instance is that clearly the fact that they had said, you know, PM me for details and hadn't disclosed me this other information in their post, they were probably just looking for like a newer member to kind of message in saying, oh, I want to buy this, and they wouldn't realize that they were buying a replica because there were really good replicas floating around of that dress. So, the other point that I like to bring up as well is I see a lot of Lolitas occasionally giving replicas away for free. The only problem is that they often don't declare that their dress is a replica, and unfortunately that does end up with people who might receive a dress, not know it's a replica, and I think, like mentioned before, either choose to resell it or trade, and they'll not be aware that the dress that they have is a replica. So if you are wanting to give away your replicas for free, I think it's better in general to tell the person, you know, this is a replica piece, and even if it's for free, they should know so that it doesn't kind of end up somewhere where a person who didn't know it was a replica ends up getting it. And basically, I guess in summary for like newer members, if you're wanting to go buy a dress, I highly recommend you jump on Facebook and maybe even just pop up a post saying if you're interested in buying a dress. You've also got your com as well, hopefully, where you can hopefully link up with another more seasoned leader and even ask, you know, what do you think of this dress I'm getting? This is also, I guess, a call out to maybe more seasonal leaders. If you see a newer member who's joined, you know, maybe reach out to them and ask them, you know, what sort of dress are you thinking of getting? Because I've kind of done that myself, and often I find, you know, it's so easy for people to get caught up in accidentally buying replicas. So yeah, basically that's all I've kind of got in my little note sheet. Stay safe from buying replicas if you don't want them, I suppose. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.